All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. And one of the pioneers of the Central Coast, Josh Jensen, well, he wasn't in to see me, his people were in. And Calera, one of the top wineries for Burgundy and varietals, and Viognier in California. Josh set out to find some soils that would suit his Burgundian tastes, and he settled on this Mount Harlan area because of the limestone-rich soils, and very unique, and he is a man before his time. He is a trailblazer, and it is great to see that his estate bottle wines are still a relative value. When you look at some of these new producers coming out, making Pinot Noir and charging $100 plus a bottle, these wines are as good as anything in California. The Chardonnay and Pinot, very age-worthy, and even though they're distinctly California, they do have kind of an old world flair to them. And these wines, like I said, just the top of quality, everything, and refreshing the prices because they haven't gone up much, even though the demand for these wines in places like Japan is just huge. Still, like I said, for the money, some of the best Pinot Noir you'll find, not only in California, but in the world, and Chardonnay. All right, we started out with a Viognier Pinot Noir. This is a dry style rosé, and really pretty color here, and really nice nose of wild strawberry and raspberry fruit, jasmine, floral notes, and that cranberry and pomegranate red fruit showing on the palate with a bone-dry finish and floral notes. And this is a serious rosé, not a Saunier style. Very good example of Pinot Noir rosé at $20.75. All right, the Chardonnay Central Coast up next, and Josh, I don't know if you want to let everybody know all the growers you get your grapes from, but he puts it right there on the back label. And that's a way of paying homage to these guys for doing a great job. And some of the best vineyard sites in the Sonoma Coast are included here. And this wine, always an incredible little value at $21.75. Pretty nose here of tree fruit, apples, pear, lemon, citrus, some chalky, minerally notes there. A fresh and lively wine on the tongue, that apple and pear fruit with hints of tongue-tingly minerality and a little bit of vanilla spice. Not much oak in this at all. Very good juice at $21.75. The Pinot Noir Central Coast up next, and this is 10 different vineyard sites with 10% new oak and a lovely fresh red cherry pie-like fruit, wild strawberries, hints of exotic spices, some earthy notes there. A very smooth and silky wine on the tongue with lovely savory red berry fruits and wonderful freshness here. Nice hints of exotic spice and fresh earth. Really nice complexity here for a wine at this price. A very good little entry-level Pinot from the Central Coast. And then up next, the 2011 Villiers Pinot Noir from Mount Harlan. This is a vineyard that used to be called, well, the wine used to be called Mount Harlan. It was planted in 1997 and used to be whole cluster, but they've changed things around a little bit. Mike Waller thought the stemming would be a good idea, so after 2007 they did this. Now it's about 35% whole cluster, and they named this wine in honor of the Marc de Villiers, who so famously chronicled Josh Jensen quintoxic journey in the Heartbreak Grape. And this wine has a lush cherry pie-like fruit to the nose, pretty floral notes, lovely exotic spice here, a lot of nuance coming out as this wine opens up, some white truffle, some minty and earthy notes coming out, really nice complexity. This wine really rich and concentrated on the tongue, lovely cherry liqueur-like fruit, lots of spice, some tannins here at the end also. This wine's got good structure, but wonderful balance and a firm hand of acidity holding things in place. This wine should age for a decade or more in your cellar. Even better on the second day. Most excellent juice at 51 bucks. All right, the Ryan Mount Harlan is up next. This is a little higher. The vineyard was planted up in 1998, named after the vineyard manager here. The first vintage was 2002. And a more high-toned wine. This got some lovely red plum and raspberry fruit here, some wild herbs, some exotic spices, some floral notes, really bright and exuberant, some minty notes, really complex bouquet. Even better on the second day also. This was my favorite of the three single vineyard Pinots. This is big. It's got a lot of everything, that raspberry coulis-like fruit, strawberry, fresh tannins here, are a host of exotic spice and mint, a long finish. This wine needs some time, but has all of the right stuff. Most excellent juice at $54. And then the Viognier, this wine, you know, serving the white wine last, especially Viognier, clean the palate off. I like that idea. Very mineral-driven wine here. And it's got some nose of crushed rock even in the nose. Tea, jasmine tea, white peach fruit, honeysuckle. Really rich tropical fruit on the tongue, but wonderful balance. This wine is not oily. It's not overly heavy or alcoholic. Notes of that honeysuckle, floral notes, and white pepper on the finish. A really nice balanced wine. And that is what we had to drink with our friends from Calera. I'm your host, Andrew Lamposoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.